Extra, extra, Aries, this is all about you. This is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Good morning. Welcome to the day, Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I think we're June 17th right now. 18th, Mercury is officially in retrograde. Let's not be scared of it, man. There's nothing to be really scared of. You gotta face everything head on, even retrogrades. So Aries, this is an energy reading. It is not a horoscope. So it's for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or wherever Aries energy is affecting your life, including if you're dealing with an Aries. Pull up a chair because the information is something you're gonna want to have. There's always an extended reading where I pull a full tarot card spread and articulate and go into basically suss out details and specifics, and it really personalizes the energies that we pick up on here on YouTube. And that includes a full romance and relationship guidance section, and that link is below, so please do join me for that. I do a new Aries video every single week, so please click subscribe. Ring that bell so you get notified when I upload all the new content, and you'll get it fresh off the press. Let's get into your reading, Aries. I do personal readings. Yes, that is in the description box below, that information. You can just email me at bornwithoutboundaries@gmail.com. Aries, I'm gonna start with your crowning energy, which is telling me basically the theme for this week right now. And then your central energy, which is the major challenges. And then lastly, that was interesting, your grounding energy. Your grounding energy. I think you're dealing with things that are smaller than you want them to be. That's what I think. That's what it seems, because I'll show you the cards. Yeah, there is this energy of dealing with a lot of petty crap. Small beans, stuff that you think is almost beneath you. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, and I don't judge you for that shit. Like, that's your call, man. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're a little bit frustrated right now with your options. Now, whether those be in love and romance, not quite sure. Let's get into it. You're having to, I think, make a lot of concessions when it comes to your home front. Now, whether that be about where you live or basically making a lot of concessions or a lot of compromises when it comes to your home and your heart space, or things that influence or affect even the finances of your home. But there is a sense of maybe that you're on the move. Maybe you may have to move. Maybe you're thinking of changing, relocating. This is Sagittarius energy, and this is Cancer energy. It's almost like finding your home on the road. You could be getting a lot of kind of impulses to travel and just get out there, because what's going on, or it's a total destabilization of your home front, whether it is having trouble paying rent, which is usually not you guys, but anyway, just a sense of a destabilization on the home front. But check this out. This also came out, can't ignore it. It flipped up. Now, this is a lot of petty shit overflowing. Like upright, there's a lot of stuff that has been stored up in the walls and it's building up, and you just let it build up. But this is overflowing with petty crap, overflowing with BS. And so what I'm thinking is you're thinking a lot about escape, just getting away from it all, a sense of having to deal with things that you don't want to deal with, like petty things, like those little, not just details, but it's almost like it's not so much details. It's things that you don't even want to deal with. It's things that you don't even want to like pay attention to. Things, like I said, that you thought that it's like you thought you'd handled them years ago. You thought you'd taken care of them. You thought it was all done. You thought it was over with. And now all of a sudden, all of this crap is flooding out. Welcome to retrograde and eclipse season. Yes, all of a sudden, all of this crap is flooding out. And I get it. I get why you would sort of adopt this Sagittarius energy and be like, peace out, man. I don't even want to deal with this right now. Let's get into your reading. That's really interesting. I don't know. Will you guys just kind of like get up and escape? Who knows? Be playful. This is Gemini. We're still in Gemini season, though we're closing in on Cancerian season more and more. Oh my God. I think this is an attempt for you to keep things light. I think that when you talk and when you're talking to people, you are intentionally pushing down the volcano that wants to erupt. That's what this is. But I also think it's that you're longing for those days of just when things were easier. And it's not that you guys don't like a challenge, because goddamn if Aries doesn't like a challenge, but this is not the kind of challenges that you want. Like I said, these are challenges in petty shit that you thought you handled years ago. You know what I'm saying? So this is a sense of, it's almost like you need a vacation, even if you've been on unemployment for the past 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the world is kind of just coming back or waking up from all the quarantine stuff. I get that. But this is a sense of really feeling like you just don't want to deal with all this shit. There's something in your life that you do not want to deal with. And I know that that's sort of such a general statement, right? Like, oh, thank you for the wisdom, Michelle. But no, this is big. This is big because it is something that you need. You know, you either need to deal with, it's like, it's something that you need. You need money, right? You need to work a job. You need to deal with your family. There's things that you do have to confront that you live with every day. You'd rather not. Magic works through you. So this is Cancerian energy, but it's also transitional. It's a sense of going from one stage of your life to another, and also kind of coming out of this sort of comfort zone, or rising, let's put it this way, like rising from the ashes. So this is an irritating circumstance for you, but I have to say, things are going to get better quickly. I do, yeah, because magic works through you, shows up when, yeah, life is changing, and 5 + 2 is 7, which is the energy of activity and making things happen. So yes, there will be work, but this work will change you. Whatever opportunity that just came in, especially when if it comes to communications or work of some sort, this will actually bring you back to a place where you're happier. This and that are true. So this is the ultimate compromise card. This is a sense of finding the difference between, like, seeing their side of things and seeing your side of things, understanding the truth in both sides. So you're really in a situation right now where you have to be a lot more compromising than you like to be. And I think that that's the discomfort here. You want to just run all over somebody and throw the shit back at them, but you know that you can't. And that's what the contrasting energy is right here, right now. Because there's Cancerian energy, stay, be calm, build out through the home. And then there's this other energy, but I want to get rid of all this petty crap and I don't want to just burn it down. The energy is so intense that you have to compromise to win the war. And Aries Mars does not like to compromise to win the war. They like to beat the shit out of something and pulverize it and burn it down to win the war. That's your natural instinct. But for some reason, you're in a situation in your life where you can't. You're put into a very uncomfortable situation where you actually have to compromise to win this war. And I will say this to you, it's going to work. To calm you down and let you know that you are engaging in, even though this is frustrating for you, that you are engaging in the winning strategy, Aries. You're engaging in the winning strategy. And listen, this is the ultimate challenge, isn't it? It's the ultimate challenge. Open to infinite possibilities. This is when you'll shine the brightest. This is also public recognition. You know what? This is so interesting. This is your central energy, this sense of this circumstance that is a circumstance that you never frickin' wanted is actually when you're going to shine the brightest and really stand out and be really impressive to people, because you're going to know how to make things work that other people couldn't figure out. You're going to really stand out here. Time to collaborate. It has to do with work or partnership of some sort. You're going to know how to run things, manage people, put all the pieces in the right order. And you're going to impress people so much. And it's because you have breathed out that fire breath and just breathe in some calm and figured, okay, I'm just going to make what's in front of me work. I'm going to work with what I have. And the way that you work it is going to be other level. This is a really interesting energy. You know, lots of times it's when we are put into our most uncomfortable positions, that the best of ourselves come out. And this, I think, is pushing you to the best of yourself. So we have believe in yourself. Yeah, you don't feel comfortable in this situation at all. You're going into this circumstance like, I don't even know if I can do this. Maybe it's not because you don't think that you can do the work, but because you're like, I don't know if I can stay calm. And also, I will say that you have no intention right now of planting long-term seeds here. This is not where you want to take root. This is a temporary activity that you're engaged with. Okay, that's fine, dude. This card is saying, don't plant your seeds. Don't try to make it into something long-term. If you think of it long-term, you will explode because you will feel trapped and you will feel confined. And that's when you will become the atom bomb. The only way to get through this is to think of it as something temporary. Love is all around. Also Gemini season. So all of this is happening or coming to you during Gemini season. And the deal will close by Gemini season. We have, what, three or four more days in Gemini season. That's pretty much it. But the deal will close and be made official in the end. It's begun and it's ending in Gemini season. But I swear to you, this is a sense of really being appreciated, really being incorporated. Once again, getting lots and lots of compliments. So there is this sense of, now this could be a temporary partnership. It could be temporary work or a temporary hookup type of thing where you're not really committed to staying for a long time because you have a lot of other options. And what these cards tell me is you're going to keep looking for other options. That's what's making you don't want to stay in one place. You don't want to stay here. You don't want to root. You want to continue to look around because you know there are other options. There are other options and there are other places to be happier. And by God, you're going to find it. But you're going to put your whole self in. You're carrying your head high. You're not going to act petty. You know? It's not like, even if this is a temporary hookup, you're not going to kick them out in the morning. You're going to offer them eggs and toast. You're not going to be a dick. You're just going to put your whole self in. You're just not going to put your whole self in for a long time. But the way that you put your whole self in is going to really shine. It's going to really show people capabilities and possibilities, and you're going to blow people away with your energy. Freedom is yours. Oh, probably by Thanksgiving. This is also Aquarius energy, a sense of being liberated, being free, being happier, feeling better about this circumstance, or actually having found something that you really want to do or be involved with, or a person that you really want to be involved with. So this is a timeline for you that usually doesn't come up in these readings. That's really cool. Sometimes life stings. You're only going to be dealing with this temporary. Scorpio season, you might run into a little bit of difficulty. But by Thanksgiving, which is at the end of Scorpio season, usually, sometimes it can fall in the beginning. It just depends, but it's usually at the end of, it's usually in Scorpio season. There is a sense of you finally being liberated from any kind of irritant or, you know, irritability, things that are bugging you. This is also a breakthrough. And I also think there's a sense of forcing you into a circumstance that is intentionally, it's like making you uncomfortable to teach you how to be about something else. Maybe not just about, you know, your progress or your accomplishments. This is a foray into a world that I think does interest you, but that you never would have gotten in if you weren't made uncomfortable and poked and nagged to get into it. There is something that's going to happen to spur your freedom. It's going to bug you. Interesting. Now, this is you being selected and you being chosen for abundance and for a lot of resources coming in. So in other words, you might get a raise, you might get a promotion, or this circumstance that we're talking about right now that's bugging you like crazy might actually become something so fortuitous you can't see it right now. So we won't even discuss it right now. Why? Because it's not supposed to be discussed. You're not supposed to know yet. And then last but not least, we have your grounding energy, which is watch and wait. No more watching, no more waiting, no more patience. The time is now to act because it's in reverse. And then now is a lucky time, moving forward, moving rapidly, moving quickly. You're tired of watching, you're tired of waiting. In other words, you're taking action. And the action that you take now, jumping into the situation which is beneath you and you don't want to stay with, but you're going to put your whole self in, guess what? It's going to reap abundance for you. And I know that you can't see that right now, and it may actually be something that you decide to do long term. We're not going to talk about it now because I know you don't want to think about that now. But this is also a sense of just going with the flow. Just getting yourself out of the mindset of this is how things have to be and just jumping in. Jumping in and trusting and feeling okay. In other words, this tells me this grounding energy is at least you know you can handle the situation. It's not something that's over your head. I think the thing that's bugging you is that it seems beneath you. It seems like it's like too shallow for you. But you're like, hey, dude, if this is the water that I have to swim in, I'm going to jump in and do it. And it's going to reap abundance for you. Hold on. Let me share the cards with you. And there we go. Full spread. Beautiful. Lots of energy up top. You know, and it's interesting how it's almost like you're being led into your fate. Almost like how you're being directed. It's irritating, but at the same time, for some reason, Aries, it's bringing out the absolute best in you. You know, and maybe for a long time, your level of comfort with always getting what you want or being in control was almost complacency. It was like, it was the Aries version of complacency because it was your comfort zone. And we know for a damn fact that we don't learn from our comfort zones. So this is a sense of taking Aries out of their comfort zone, taking them out of control, and giving them a challenge that they don't really want. You don't really want. I said they, you guys don't really, you don't want this challenge. You think it's beneath you, but this is what you have to work in because you're pressured by whatever demands. It's like the wife says you better get a damn job now, or rent has to be paid, or whatever. Make up your own scenario. There are basic human needs, right? We need shelter, we need food, we got to take care of that shit. We do. We've made commitments, we need to take care of them, we want to honor them. But there's all this sense of that's why you're making these decisions that you're making, but they're going to lead somewhere really awesome. And what, like I said, we can't really see it now. Yes, I am going to pull a full tarot card spread. Let's see if the future comes up in that. And then we're also going to get into your romance and relationship messages. I will see you in the extended Aries. The link is below.